So this is the car, and pretty much like this is going to be ran other than the wheels and tire setup. This is the street tire setup, fork stars with regular all-season tires, 19 by 10, 19 by 9, and that's what I run on the street just to put miles on the car whenever I'm going anywhere. I also have my track set up for road racing, which is a 18 by 9.5 square, 275, 35, 18. So y'all seen that before. I've made videos on that, and then these are gonna be the drag setup that I run. So the Fork Star 17 by 9 wheel. It is literally the lightest wheel that I can find from Fork Star. So it is very, very light. 17 by 9, not 17 by 9.5. The 17 by 9 plus 35, it is the lightest wheel that I could find. And the lightest tire that I could find was also this 245, 45, 17. Now, lightest tire that gives me the grip that I need at the track. Now, on the street, these are not enough if you're going to be engaging anything. But on a prep surface, a 245 is plenty. You could actually go down to even smaller. But once you warm these guys up on a prep surface, they're just like glue. So that's what I run, a 245, 45, 17 on a 17 by 9. That's what I run. And then in the front, this is the secret stuff that I'm sharing with y'all. But I run these wheels right here, okay? And this is a Sportsman 26 by 6 by 17. Yes, a 17-inch wheel does fit on the front of the caliper of the factory ISF. It does fit, but not all wheels fit. This particular wheel with this particular offset fits. This is a 17 by 4.5, and it is the lightest Fork Star wheel that you can get for the front too. So yeah, that's what I run. 17, yep, 17 by 4.5, and that's what I run. Okay. So guys, I basically put these on. There is clearance, just enough, and that's it. So most of the Mustang guys, Camaros, Challengers, whatever, run some type of setup like this. And I have dragged race with imports for many years, and it's my understanding that these do help you. I mean, it's not a big increase, 1/10 of a second or up to 2/10 of a second to run skinnies in the front or front runners. But what the difference is not so much the weight. I mean, there is a difference in the weight, but also is on this, right? So less resistance, rolling resistance, and that makes a difference. Also, when you have a sticky surface, the bigger the tire, the more surface you have to stick, right? So the bigger the tire, more sticky compact on that sticky surface. So when you're trying to take off with your rear tires, your front tires are stuck on a glue and they're moving around and causing friction. So when you have a skinnier tire in the front, less friction, less it takes for the car to move the front tires in that sticky prep surface. On the street, it's not going to make much of a difference, just a little bit weight difference. But I've driven these on the street; they do fine. You can stop, take turns, whatever. It doesn't feel like any different because these are radials. Still, both of them are. They're all both DOT approved, and they're both radios. Drag radios, DR2s. That's what I run. On the Hoosier, and Mickey Thomas is in the front. So yep, guys, this is what I ran. I've never ran this particular setup here on the ISF. I've ran them in different other cars that I've had, but I've driven these on the street. So pretty soon here, the next few days, we're going to be going out to the drag strip, and we're going to be testing them out. So I'll be making a video of that. But right now, this is the setup. So basically, I run these around 25 psi, and that is enough. 25, 22 psi. It's no less than that, because These cars don't need to have bunch of RPMs to take off. You basically take off from idle. If you don't, it kind of messes with the computer a little bit. Tends to bog a little bit. So right on 600 RPM, 700 RPMs, you know, give it a little bit of gas. You can play with 1,000. I feel like it's just better just to take off from at 600, and then just stomp the gas. You know, no traction control on, and on sport mode, on manual, on the F mode. So, and that's what I do. The black car that I had, the ISF I had before that, was running about a 12.3. It's a full bolt-on car with a factory diff. You know, not a IS 350 diff or GS 430 or something like that. Just a regular gear ratio. These do start singing really good once you change the gear ratio, and then you break into the 12s. I haven't been able to, and people have been able to break into the 12s with them without changing that, but that's, you know, that's not me. I weigh about 240 pounds, and probably not going to happen with me, but I will give it a go, see what she does, and I'll be running this setup. So guys, if you got any questions, let me know. Other than that, man, the car is going to be basically the same. I do run a QTR Evo L seat. There's the L because of my weight and my 36 waist. Gotta be a bigger seat, but yeah, so I run that seat, and other than that, it's, you know, stock. I mean, there's other things that the car has that are modified, obviously. I mean, it has two-piece rotors, front and rear. The exhaust is, you know, maybe a little bit lighter with that. The coilovers make it a little bit lighter and whatnot. But other than that, the car is pretty much, weight-wise, still pretty close to factory, other than the bolt-ons that it has. Obviously, it's a full bolt-on car, headers, PPE, you know, the whole R Racing exhaust from PPE, and then MagnaFlow in the back, you know, R Racing intake, and that kind of stuff. It does have a lightweight battery too. I forgot to tell you all that. It does have a R Racing battery. Let me show you that real quick. There she be. With these batteries, if you're gonna run them, you know, you gotta put your heat shield protectant on the battery itself, the gold tape. But also, that's not enough. If you're gonna be tracking the car, you need to put some kind of shield right there, because the heat from the exhaust does run these over 160. If you're running road racing, if you track road racing, and the car doesn't want to turn on, you have to reset it and all that stuff once it gets to 160. But yeah, and I do have ceramic coated headers, but they're not wrapped, but they are ceramic coated. Eventually I'm going to do something with the hood, but to get more air out of the hot air out of the engine. But for now, that's how it is. So the way you see it, that's the way I'm going to be testing it out of the track. All right, guys. Well, there she is, skinny front runner on the ISF. And moment of truth. Does it touch? No. And there's plenty of clearance from here, all the way down. So, if you see light, you're good. And you see a lot of light. So, I can see a little bit of the angle. Yep. Very skinny tire. So that's what it is right there. All right, so let me put the other ones on and lower the car and show you how she works. There's not a lot of clearance whenever you lower the car, but for drag racing, it'll work. If you're driving it every day with this, it won't work. I mean, you wouldn't want to anyway. This car is a high performance car. It wants to take corners. This is not something you would obviously have for that, but definitely works for the drag race. But let me the last time I put these on, we're on a different ISF that I had before, so I want to make sure these work. So let me go ahead and put the rear ones on and all that good stuff, and then get back with y'all. Okay, so front's on, and this is the rear right here. So let me put the other side and get back with y'all guys. Man, that titanium looks really good against the black, shiny black. Pretty. Little itty bitty tires. Alright, be back. There she is, guys, with the wheels on and on the floor. It's close, guys. Sometimes when you're making a U-turn, it rubs, so it's close. But to go straight, it's fine. So, and you know, small turnings, I mean, it does fine. Turning in a cul-de-sac, but you're making like a U, it kind of rubs a little bit. So there you go, guys. Let me know what y'all think. All right, there's the tire setup. Getting close to the track, so making sure everything is good.